I love legends, myths, and hidden stories. The mysterious, the unknown. Each one comes with an intriguing element of truth, some embellishment, and questionable veracity. This is the story of Captain Robinson. A campfire story or truth? You decide. Well, howdy again, folks. I'm Rick from the Boondocking Bears, and this is another episode in the amazing stories that can be found right before us, hidden in plain sight. Now, have you ever visited Niagara Falls and taken a ride on the Maid of the Mist ship, cruising right up to the base of the falls? And while taking in this breathtaking splendor, did you ever wonder how they originally got the Maid of the Mist ships there in the first place? I mean, there is no navigable access by water. The Niagara Gorge Rapids, a mile below the falls, ensures that. So how did they get there? And here is where we learn of the legend of Captain Joel Robinson. Well, wonder no more. Of course, now they're pre-made elsewhere and brought to the gorge, lowered and assembled, then launched above the Niagara Gorge Rapids, where you can see them today. No fuss, no muss. And that has been true every time except for the very first Maid of the Mist, when tourist rides began back about 160 years ago. Now, history tells us that the very first Maid incredulously was sailed up the Niagara River to the falls, navigating the ship through the longest Class 6 rapids in the world, the Niagara Gorge Rapids. And I did a video on those earlier. Now, how that happened is a story of mythic proportions, a legend on the grandest scale. So as the story goes, the ship's owners asked for volunteer sailors to man the ship through the treacherous rapids that awaited, and to encourage the men, offered a generous bonus to do it. Now, if you've seen these rapids up close, you'll know that is about as harebrained an idea as there is, and as one might expect, the crew to a man replied that they might be uneducated, but they're not stupid, and all declined. That is, except for the ship's captain, a fellow named Captain Joel Robinson. Now, Robinson was an able seaman and experienced captain, and despite his relative youth, unusual tall height, athletic frame, and a shock of thick, wavy black hair, he struck quite an imposing and commanding figure of respect. He vowed that not only would he bring the ship through, but he would do it alone if necessary. And as it came to be, alone he was. So the ship was prepared, and with spectators lining the shore, she cast off with Captain Robinson alone at the helm. And an hour later, the good captain delivered the Maid to her permanent berth above the rapids, no worse for wear. However, the same could not be said for Captain Robinson. Now, we've heard these stories about the physical transformation that occurs in us when frightened out of our wits, faced with an untold danger and even imminent death. Well, perhaps Captain Robinson came face to face with his own mortality. He cast off below the rapids a vibrant, swashbuckling, capable young man with a jet black head of hair beneath his captain's cap, and brought the ship to her new permanent berth an hour later. But now, with a lifetime of stress etched into his wrinkled brow, below a head covered in a shock of snow-white hair. The ship was unharmed, but Captain Robinson was now an old man. So is it truth or myth? Well, you decide. But it's an amazing story about things right in front of us in plain sight. So as always, please like, subscribe, and comment as you see fit. Enjoy, smile, be charitable, knowing that life is what you decide to make it. Thanks for watching.